Hey everyone, Waddler-D. We're back for more Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii or Wii U, whichever you prefer. I'm going to be sticking with the Wii U because I don't want this thing to be breaking in like a year or so because I'm neglecting it like I did for the past 3 almost. Yeah, and Jagged Jewels is we're going to be continuing with our Gauntlet of K levels, and surprisingly, this level is probably one of my favorite K levels for a couple reasons, and it's certainly not what you're going to be dealing with during level. It's just how it's well done. In Jagged Jewels, you can know what this means, right? We're going to be dealing with one thing and one thing only, and that's going to be, yep, good old spikes. And I like how they're already giving you a DK barrel, as well as a nice idea of what you're going to be not doing in this level, and that's sitting still. But one other thing that's really awesome about this level is that they're using buttons to trigger traps. These little buzzsaw-like enemies, I guess, they look like praying mantises with a freaking defect problem, but the thing that really took my breath away a little bit is that I didn't take damage from running into those things on the side for one, and these platforms that are literally hovering in the air with a good, understandable reason. I mean, they're just caught up in a nice little updraft, and it's just enough to keep it aloft. But all these orbiting spikes around the platforms, as well as when they're just going all over and around, yeah, it just makes this level all about fancy footwork, and getting through this level is kind of more of an art form. Not to mention the nice little details of those buttons not pressing when it's already down and out. So that's what I really enjoy about this level. I don't know how really difficult this level is, but I know if Diddy was not here for the ride, this level would be a lot worse because DK has never had any hopes of making jumps higher than his freaking forehead plus tax, because DK is just all about, I need to smack everything in my way, and unfortunately in his way right now are spikes, so you might want to try to consider having Diddy along for the ride as much as possible, and just be glad that he is, because there might be some times where he isn't. One thing I really enjoy about this level, though, is that these spikes here kind of remind me of Super Mario World. Remember that one castle, like Valley Fortress, where you had these spikes absolutely trying to murder every existence of Mario? It's kind of the same thing here, except that they don't instantly kill you when you get smashed into the ground, maybe. Well, actually, I think that probably still happens. Damn. But once you get to this stretch right here, you can start breathing much easier. This level's almost done, and I do not know how I got through this level without taking any damage my first time through, but I'm going to... Son of a bitch. Yeah, of course, the developer's like, oh, you missed a piece. Don't forget about that piece and have to do this level all over again, because it's a really easy one. Thank God. And that ends one of my favorite levels of Donkey Kong Country Returns, Gauntlet of K. Unfortunately, that's probably the last of my favorite ones coming up, because we now have a new mechanic that we haven't touched on at all, almost. And that, we've already gone through frantic platforming, smashing, whatever tumbling temples mechanic is, and spikes. Now we have barrel cannons, and barrel cannons are probably the second leading, or third or fourth leading cause of death in this game. First being vehicles, well, actually second being vehicles. Death pits and lava are always going to be number one. And yeah, this level, I am not going to kid on this. This level is one of the hardest levels in the game, mainly because of the fact that these barrel cannons and the psychological damage you'll be taking from them. Because you see that puzzle piece? If you jump in that cannon, you have to go back to the beginning of the level. Good job, developers. Way to put me on watch, essentially. And that psychological damage has left me concerned about missing out on other puzzle pieces. So I start doing some really stupid things in this level because of that one damn puzzle piece down there. I kid you not. It's not going to start up now, but you're going to see how it's like, God, how the hell did you get that thing? Or, God, I hope they didn't put it anywhere else, because trust me, they're going to be really crafty with the placement of some of these damn puzzle pieces, and I'm not liking how this is looking here, because just the fact that you have to deal with these damn strange looking buzzsaw like enemies, and it begins. So the way you're going to die in this level is very simply taking too much damage, for one. Another is shooting yourself out of the barrel cannon incorrectly. And that's usually the main ways you're going to die, but just be very aware of how you could possibly die instantly. For example, shooting in the wrong direction. Or missing your jumps while you're trying to get back to the damn barrel cannons. But the other thing that absolutely frustrates me is just the fact that I was dealing with barrel cannon jank. You're gonna see it soon enough. These things look like they shouldn't grab you, but you might end up freaking out and killing yourself. That's exactly what happened there. Yeah, this level is the epitome of my live counter. I cannot believe how many lives you can lose, especially if you hit a freaking buzzsaw while shooting out a cannon horizontally. And no, I do not want your soul-stealing drink. Only you can prevent DK from getting hooked on banana steroid drugs. Just don't start. But once you get through this damn cycle of agony from the whole barrel cannons, you now have to learn about the bounce part. And the bounce part is just as bad as the blast part. Because if you took a hit, well, I guess you took another hit and then you ended up dying, and then you have to go all through the cycle of agony again. That's why I hate this level so much. Because there's multiple ways for this game to absolutely wreck your soul in a way. And this part right here and what's beyond it is why you need to conserve all the health you can find. And I highly recommend that if you have an extra heart kind of pick up from the shop, use it here, because having 2 extra hits, or Diddy just in general, is going to make your life a lot less miserable. Same thing cannot be said for the puzzle piece that I'm going to have to try to collect here, because there's a high chance that this will happen, and then you're just going to have to go back to the freaking start of the level again. Now, one thing I have to tell you all, that first puzzle piece, that one that was bugging me throughout the entirety of this stage, there is no barrel cannon down there. If you go down there, you just die. So you're going to have to do a very well-timed roll jump. And my stupid face decided, you know what? I'm going to try to see if I can get it. Yeah, that failed miserably, and I wasted 3 more lives just to know the inevitability of my stupidity at that point. So let's continue with the pain train and noticing how Donkey Kong is just losing so many freaking balloons. Holy God. So, all I can tell you, if you're doing this level, be very calm and focus. Just put your focus on maximum overdrive, because you want to get through this first section without taking a hit, because if you were to take a hit, you would probably die anyway, for one, and if you don't, then you're gonna probably die later, because this first stretch is paramount to your success. If you get here without taking a hit, you're going to have a much greater chance getting through this level without dying than you would be if you had taken one, obviously, but it's just that crucial. So just learn that section as much as possible, and then try to learn these next couple of sections coming up, because there's one thing I've noticed about this level: they really do not care how many bananas you have or how many lives you're going to get through this level, because you're only going to get 1 life at most through that first stretch, and then the rest you're just going to hope that these bananas might give you enough so you can get more lives. This is why I've been losing so many damn lives, because developers like, you know what, we don't really care. You're gonna die, and we're gonna make sure you get a game over. And that's not cool, especially in this damn game, because the amount of lives I've been getting throughout these levels are just staggering. But here, you want to make sure to shoot Donkey Kong out of this when they're in the center, as opposed to what I do here. Yep, get nicked on the way down. That's exactly what will happen if you time it like this. Because those things are just absolutely placed in the most cruelest of spots. But once you get to this point, you're still not done. There's at least 2 more sections. One is more like a shootout section. Thank goodness this isn't too bad, and that Donkey Kong does have Grabby on his side if you're thinking, oh, I can't get that puzzle piece. It's just too damn hard. It's perfect angle. So, even after all this, you're thinking, is this level freaking done? No, it's not. This part freaked me the hell out. Just listen.
Oh, this is a puzzle. This is kind of scary, like... Jeez. Okay, I see how I need to get out of this. This is a puzzle right here.
But once you learn when the barrels are closest together, you can make a really easy, simple shot from one to the other and then live. And just take the blessing that you've gotten through this damn level. But if you've forgotten any puzzle pieces, I'm really sorry for you, because I will have to do the same thing as you. Going back and getting one last freaking puzzle piece and beating the level. Fuck off, Blast and Bounce. This level sucks. And we are still not done with the terrible levels. We got another one coming up, so I'm going to do the very intelligent thing in filing a claim with Cranky, because his freaking balloon stock is going to save my life. Even then, though, jeez, he has a really good strategy. He just knows that Donkey Kong is going to fall into so many death pits and bite the barrel too damn much. So that's why it seems that the money you put in is half the amount you get out of it. I'm noticing, like, I spent like 40 coins for 20 lives. Very intelligent, man. I do wonder if he's going to become a millionaire eventually after all these coins I'm going to be giving him. It's astounding, but we are now going to one of my least favorite worlds in this game, and more importantly, this level, Perilous Passage. I have no super positive things to say about this damn level. I honestly hate how this level lies to you right off the bat. You kind of come into this level thinking, oh, it's going to be a horizontal run through. No, this level is all about verticality, and it should be called Catastrophic Climb as opposed to Perilous Passage. And one of the things that will prove to be your most annoying matter is these enemies that are on fire. The runner-up assholes for the worst enemy of the game. Yeah, the fact that they are on fire just makes them all the more worse, because they leave a trail of flame right behind them, and if you touch those flames, guess what? You're taking a hit. But they just also come out so damn fast and snipe you when you're trying to make jumps or trying to correct yourself if needed. But they are not the worst enemy in the game, because the worst enemy in the game is also on this level. And I'm not talking about something we've met. There's something new that gets introduced. The only time you'll see this enemy too, I believe. And they just suck so much. That is a dick move, game. But the reason why this level is so maniacally evil is not because of the whole rising lava, or the things trying to drop on your head, or the sniping little rolling bastards that come up down the sides of the stage. It's definitely not this either. It is the fact that this is an auto-scroller, and you have to slowly watch the screen climb up, and these assholes right here are the main exact reason why we have this situation. Because these enemies would only work if the screen didn't move. And that is exactly why you're stuck like this. You're stuck slowly watching as lava comes up to kill you, trying to kite those little electrified bastards around, and they come back again, and you just have to be prepared. And the only way you can be prepared is to die on this level numerous times because I would love to see somebody do this level. That did not have to happen. Come on. But yeah, I would love to see someone do this level on their first try without dying. That would be a applaud-worthy moment. In fact, that would be a standing ovation kind of moment because this level killed me so many damn times. And I would say anxiety was part of that. I would say just the fear of this damn enemy following me all over the place and not knowing what's coming my way. Yeah, it's gonna freaking wreck my crap. But that's kind of why I want to give Retro Studios some props. No, I do not want to talk to you right now. It's because of the quality of life matter, and that you notice how when you die in this game, you don't get thrown back into the overworld like you would, say, in the first 3 Donkey Kong Country games. You get thrown straight at the beginning of the Oh my god, you've been placing those things in those little spots? Well, I think I screwed myself out of 2 more puzzle pieces. And then I'll probably have to find out actually the hard way in the video later on. But the fact that the game doesn't ruin the momentum of your progress, like, it throws you straight back into the action. And that's what I appreciate about Donkey Kong Country Returns. The game is hard because the game has a way to keep the momentum going if you fail. And through these failures, big and small, you will eventually find success. Good God, those things suck. But you will eventually find success, and that's because it's more fresh in your head. You experienced it so many times because the game lets you experience it so many times. And that is one of the main pros or positive things about Donkey Kong Country Returns. It's hard because the game doesn't let you stop unless you want to stop. And that's what I have to appreciate about Donkey Kong Country Returns. That's why this level, despite being very frustrating and difficult, didn't push me into an insane asylum, because it still allows me to get right back into the action, and that's sometimes all you really need from a game. You just need it to not punish you for failing, and that is why perseverance in this game means a whole damn lot. And I honestly think that if you're having trouble with this level, do not talk to the corporate pig. Avoid all contact with him and try this level out for yourself. Beat it for yourself, because you'll be feeling so much better when this level is behind you. And I'm so glad that I got through this damn level, because this is easily one of the hardest levels in the game. There's no question that I would put this in the top 3, and how many times it has killed me. But I can tell you this, we might be done with the hardest levels in the game. Maybe. I don't know exactly off the top of my head, but the next 2 levels are an interesting change of pace, and you'll see that when the time comes. But at the very least, this level, despite its difficulties, will give you enough bananas to keep your life count at least higher than it should be. I've never been so happy to see a barrel cannon in my life, but unfortunately, the puzzle piece was not at the end. So we're gonna have to go back through this level again to grab those last 2 freaking puzzle pieces. Good God. But Perilous Passage, despite me hating on it a lot, it's a solid level. It's basically one of the most challenging levels in the game, and it's fair about it, because the whole idea of getting yourself back into the action and learning the level layout. With that, I think I'm going to give Chopped Liver a break of counting all the freaking deaths that occurred in this video, and learn that we only have 2K levels left, and we will leave it to the next video to close the Gauntlet of K, along with the final boss. So thanks for watching, have a great day, and adios.